Hutchison is breaking down the left. Can he get a cross in? Yes, he can. The goalkeeper comes to claim it. He's made a mess of it. It breaks to Humphreys, and Humphreys has equalised. It's 1-1. With minutes to go, we were given no chance in that Carabao Cup tie against Arsenal, but we had come back to draw 1-1. We did, however, lose on penalties, but what a performance it was to draw 1-1 at the Emirates. And it is an example of how the low block can help when you are up against it. Let's go and find out what we did. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to FM with Old Man Phil. And for anyone new to the channel, first time here, I'm Phil and welcome to the channel. And we are here at Ipswich in the beginner's save, and we are doing extremely well at the moment. And as you can see, we are top of the league. We are 10 points clear of Leeds after 17 games, and we are unbeaten in the league at the moment. But before we go into what's been happening on the pitch, let's just quickly run through what happened in that game against Arsenal. And setting up against Arsenal was a fairly simple thing for me to do. We were totally rank underdogs. We had absolutely no chance of winning the game according to the pundits, and so I made some very basic decisions. I decided that we were going to play in a low block. We were going to play with a standard line to counteract the pace and passing ability of Arsenal, giving our defenders more time to deal with the ball. In transition, we were not going to be counter-pressing. We took the counter-press off, and then in possession, we kept pretty much everything as it was. I decided to tell them to be a bit more disciplined, and our passing directness was slightly shorter and slightly higher. The idea of playing in this way with the low block is that we were trying to get bodies behind the ball. I wanted brave players in there who were going to throw themselves in front of the Arsenal attempts and try to prevent Arsenal from attacking down the middle, to get a compact defence in here, very narrow, and to force Arsenal wide and into less dangerous areas of the pitch. And then finally, what I wanted to do was to play in a cautious mentality. Now, I knew this would mean that we would create very few chances, but that's the cost I had to pay. It's about balance of risk, and I didn't want to take too many risks at the back. And I thought if we can create just a few and take one, then that might help us to possibly get a draw out of the game and maybe even win it if we can defend resolutely at the back. Playing in a more attacking mentality, even a balanced mentality, would probably mean Arsenal had far too much space in our defensive third, and I wasn't willing to take that risk. So playing in cautious meant that I was just willing to take less risk. I was going to accept that we would not create too many chances while we were playing in cautious, and that we would see how the game panned out. And as you can see from the stats, exactly what I thought would happen, happened. And Arsenal pretty much dominated the game. We did prevent them from having too many opportunities. They had 14 opportunities, only 4 on target, which is a tribute to our defence. And we defended resolutely. But Arsenal did take the lead finally on the 67th minute. And unfortunately, we went a goal behind. Up to this point, I think we had had 2 opportunities and things were not looking great in terms of our attacking play. But at least we'd had 2 opportunities, and they were good opportunities as well. We just failed to take either of them. At 67 minutes, this is not the time when I wanted to panic, because if I'd gone more positive at this point, then I'm back to where I'm going to be. I'm going to leave space for Arsenal in our defensive third, and I didn't want to do that at this point. Remember that at 1-0, you are always still in the game, and we only had to take one chance, and we would be back in the game. What I did on 80 minutes was I went to a standard mentality. With Arsenal tiring, I thought maybe we can go and attack a little bit more. I don't want to go gung-ho. We're just going to up it to a standard mentality and see what happens. And you saw what happened. We equalised in the 90th minute. Unfortunately, though, we lost on penalties. We only missed one. Arsenal scored all of theirs. But alas, it was not going to be our day. However, I was very, very proud of the team that day. What a brilliant defensive performance it was. And we took one of our 5 chances, which pleased me a lot. It wasn't enough on the day, but I was very, very happy with that result. Playing with a higher press as we normally do, and with a more attacking mentality, I would not be expecting anything out of that game. So the low block is something that can help you a great deal. It gets bodies behind the ball, and use the mentality. It's all about risk mentality, and if you are going to be under the cosh, don't take too many risks. It worked against Arsenal, but it's not always going to work. And sometimes you're just going to have to accept that teams are better than you and they are going to beat you. But well done to Ipswich on the day. And just before we go and have a look at what's been happening on the pitch, and it's been very exciting indeed, I just want to draw your attention to something quite important, and that is the social feed. Now, a lot of people will tell you to just totally ignore this. I would say scan it, because there are things in here, clues that you might not have spotted yourself, that will help your team. And I did spot two things that were very, very important to keeping our run going in the way that we have. And the first thing that I saw in the social media was somebody said that it wasn't happy with El Mizuni playing on the wrong side of midfield. He was playing as a ball-winning midfielder on the right side of midfield, when actually when I hovered over his profile and I looked, he prefers to be on the left. And so I hadn't spotted that, but it came up in social media, so I've switched them over and he started to play a little bit better. And the second thing that I noticed in social media was that somebody spotted that the team looked like they were running on fumes. It was something that I had thought about, but after the game against Arsenal, I decided to come off the counter-press. And I think this has lowered the intensity that we play at, and I think that has had a big bearing on the fact that we have kept our unbeaten run going. So don't totally disregard what is happening and what you see in the social media. It can be quite interesting, and it can also be very informative just before transfer windows are about to start. Now let's go and have a look at what's happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us beating Bristol City by 1-0. We were not playing very well at that time, and I was concerned about the fact that rotation is difficult with this small squad, and we were struggling in terms of lasting 90 minutes. But then against Plymouth, we beat Plymouth by 2-1. We ground out the result again, made several changes in-game, but finally we just managed to beat them. And then was that cup game against Arsenal. I was very, very proud of the boys. We did well defensively. We took one of our few chances when it arrived, and we lost on penalty, but what a good day that was at the Emirates Stadium. Then against Birmingham, we beat them by 2-0. We'd come off the press at this time to conserve energy, and then we beat Swansea in a fantastic game. We beat them by 6-0. And then finally we played against West Brom. We looked very, very tired in this game, and we were lucky, really. I would say West Brom were the better team, but we just took our chances, and I think that we are getting tired as a squad, and one of these days we are not going to be able to keep this unbeaten run going. Today we have to play Millwall. Millwall are a weaker team than we are, and I think now we should go and have a look at the way we're going to set up for this game. Let's go and kick some balls. So in terms of setting up, I have identified that they have two players in fact, who are very dangerous. Ian Fleming is one, and so we've decided to type mark him. And then their striker, Zian, I think his name is, he's on the bench by the look of it today, possibly suffering from fatigue, so we don't really need to worry about him at this point in time. As usual, I've allowed the assistant to set up the opposition instructions, but I've just added an additional instruction for Zian Fleming. In terms of the way that Millwall are going to play, then there are issues that I have. Millwall are likely to sit back, and they are going to play route one. And so with that in mind, I've decided, because of lack of energy in the squad at the moment, I'm going to sit in a mid-block. I'm going to try and draw them out and take advantage of them on the counter-attack. And because they are going to play route one, I've set my defensive line as standard in order to give my defenders more time to deal with those long balls if and when they should arrive. And in transition, I'm not going to counter-press. I thought about it long and hard, but decided we need to conserve energy at the moment, and so counter-press is not something that we are going to do. In possession, we're going to play as we normally play, and we are going to play with a slightly shorter passing style with a slightly higher tempo. The intensity still is quite high, but I think we have the players who should be able to deal with that. I also think that we are quite vulnerable from set pieces, not defensive set pieces, but attacking set pieces. And this is a game that we have to be very careful in when we are defending our own attacking set pieces, because I have a feeling that they might launch long balls, and we need to keep players back when we are attacking from corners in order to counteract the fact that they might be trying to counterattack us from our own attacking corners. As a beginner, I wouldn't be dealing with set pieces. I've left that entirely to my set piece coach, and I'm just hoping that he's got the common sense to think about that as well. As I've said before, as a beginner, just concentrate on what happens on the pitch. If that does happen, then we'll have to address the situation in game and not worry about it too much now. I think it's time now to go and play this football match. Let's go and kick some balls. And so I've told the boys that I think we should show everyone that the recent praise that we've been getting is absolutely justified. Millwall are 19th in the league. Really, this is a game that we should be winning. Whether we do or not is about, I think, it's about energy levels and whether this team can cope over 90 minutes with the intensity that we're playing. If we play well, we'll win. If we don't play well, then Millwall will have a chance. I think Millwall playing Route 1 will sit back. They're not pressing us, as you can see. They'll sit back and then wait to counter-attack, and they will be going Route 1. And that's why I've set the defensive line to standard, to give defence an opportunity to deal with the ball coming over the top should that happen. And we do have a free kick, and Fleming puts it into the box. Baldwin has set up Wallace, who's popped it in, and we are ahead. In fact, it's Millwall who've gone ahead. I thought we were ahead, but in fact it's Millwall who've gone ahead, and that is not ideal. That's not the start that I was looking for. It looked a bit offside to me, but unfortunately it has gone in. We are a goal behind. It was from a set piece, and unfortunately there's nothing I can do about set pieces. I just have to hope now that we can come back into this game and that we have enough about us to actually rescue the game. Is this the game where it's actually going to go wrong? It might be the one. We've played so many games, we've won so many games, eventually it's all going to collapse around us. And this squad is getting very, very tired at the moment, but we are in possession. And that's a lovely turn by Jackson. He gets a shot on goal, but unfortunately it's straight at the goalkeeper. We're looking better. We've just given away a goal early on. We have to keep doing what we're doing and hope that we're going to get back into this game. My record against teams lower in the league than me is not very good, as Burns tries a shot, and that is well saved by the goalkeeper. And it remains Ipswich 0, Millwall 1. I really thought we were playing in orange today, and as Millwall also play in blue, but we are a goal behind. We've just got to hope that we can get back into this, and that's another header at goal. It's very tame, and the goalkeeper easily collects that one. 7 minutes are gone. We are the better team, and what's good news is we are getting our shots on target. But we've got to be patient now and hope that we're going to get back into this game. No need to do anything at the moment. In fact, the opposition have done very, very little, but they do have another set piece. And again, it's interesting that I had identified we might be vulnerable from set pieces, but attacking set pieces of our own. And we are actually looking quite vulnerable from their set pieces, but they've managed to put one away. Let's hope that they're not going to get any more. And we are the better team in terms of possession. Millwall are slightly edging it. I would expect that, in that we are playing not a possession game. And Millwall are just about edging possession, but they are probably just playing it around at the back like this, which is why the possession figures are like they are. We're attacking them, and unfortunately, though, we're a goal behind. But who knows what's going to happen? I do suspect that there is going to come a time where we are going to lose this unbeaten run, and this might be the game. Here is Burns, though, but he's robbed by Wallace. And that's a lovely tackle by Humphreys. Humphreys, who's been playing very, very well. Lovely pass to Burns. Can he get a good cross into the box? Yes, he can. We can't get anybody on the end of it. Broadhead has a chance, and it's at the near post. It's picked up by the goalkeeper. It was a fairly tame header once again. 4 shots, 4 on target. We just need to get one of them in now. And if we continue to do what we're doing, then hopefully we will get that goal that we're looking for. His Broadhead turns. He's taken out. Jackson's into the box and he's hit the post. And that is unbelievable. It was easier to miss than to score. It was easier to score than to miss that. And he's gone and missed that. I can't believe that, but maybe FM's telling me that this is the day that our unbeaten run is coming to an end. It becomes very, very nervous when you are on a run like this. Sometimes it's just better to lose so that you don't have this kind of pressure on you all the time. As Burns brings it forward again, he looks for Harness. Harness is in, and it's another good save by the goalkeeper, and it goes behind for a corner. We're not playing badly. Our forwards have got 6.5, 6.4, 6.5. We're not playing badly. We're just not having that little bit of luck that we need. We're totally destroying them. It's another game where there's one shot, one goal from the opposition. We're totally the better team. There's a ball into the box again. It's headed straight at the goalkeeper. I have a funny feeling that today might be the day where it all goes wrong, as Millwall have another set piece. It's headed towards goal, but that's tame. And hopefully we're not going to be seeing any more set piece goals from Millwall today. We're much the better team. I'm going to shout at the team and demand more. It's a game we should be winning, and I think we've set them up in a way that means that we should be winning it. And unfortunately, though, it's not going our way at the moment as Edmondson looks for Humphreys bringing the ball forward. He looks out wide for Leif Davis, that's a lovely pass. Can he find someone in space? He's looking to run up the touchline. Can he get a cross in? He can't. It goes behind. It's going to be another corner. We're having a lot of set pieces. We don't look particularly threatening from the set pieces, though. And there's another one which really doesn't threaten anybody in the box. Comes out to Missouri. Missouri looks for Clark. Clark looking to get forward from fullback. He looks inside. That's a lovely pass. And here's Humphreys. Humphreys has a go. The goalkeeper tips it over. The goalkeeper's having an absolutely fantastic day. I'm not buying these... This rating 6.4, 6.3 at the moment. We just need a little bit of luck. As Broadhead tries a shot, and that is tipped over the crossbar as well. It's going to be one of those days. We just cannot get that ball into the back of the net. And we've given away a soft goal, and now we desperately need to try and get back into this game. As Burns, can he get a cross in? He's given offside, and it comes to nothing. I don't know if I can make any more changes and make this better. It's just really about these boys need to put the ball in the back of the net, and hopefully one of these is going to go in shortly. We're completely dominating the game, and I might make some changes later in the second half. Again, we've been given offside there. I'm not buying the ratings at all. Caden Jackson is not playing for 6.3. He's hit the post when he should have scored. But the goalkeeper has had an exceptional game. And Broadhead has gone down. It's another injury that I can really do without. And we're going to have to make a substitution here for sure. And I think what I will do is I will put Harness out on the wing, and I will bring on Connor Chaplin to play as the attacking mid. And hopefully with the introduction of a different player, then we can actually do something a little bit better than what we've been doing. We need to win that ball. Well done, Chaplin. Chaplin finds Jackson. Jackson needs a kick up the butt. He's not playing particularly well according to the ratings. I don't think he's had a particularly bad game. He's got himself into a dangerous space there, but decides to look behind him. Finds Jackson again from Burns. Jackson... and he finds Burgess to Harness to Davis. Davis bursting into the box. Can he find a shot? Yes, he can. And finally, we are back in the game. It's well deserved. Leif Davis, with an electrifying run across the box, found some space and drilled it into the corner. And there are times where you just don't need to make changes. If you go a goal behind and you are dominating the game, just keep doing what you're doing and hope that one of them will go in. I'm hoping now the floodgates will open. We're absolutely dominating the game. There's no need to suspect that we've set up poorly. Even Caden Jackson has gone up 1 point in the ratings now. Maybe it's the change of personnel from Broadhead's injury that has helped us to get back into this game. Who knows? And Wallace looks for a long ball for Millwall. That's well defended by Leif Davis. Goes out for a throw-in, and that's quite harmless. And that's one of the ideas I had of playing with the standard line, is that those long balls that they play we'll find easy to defend, which we have. And it's unfortunately their only goal has been from a set piece, and there's very little you can do about that. And here's Missouri. Missouri finds Burgess. Burgess out to Leif Davis. Leif Davis, who's back in the team after his long injury and doing pretty well. He scored today, and that's always nice for a player coming back from injury. Finds Edmondson. Edmondson, who's deputising today for Wolfensburg, who needs a rest. Here's Chaplin. Chaplin bursting into space. He's in the box. Can he find Humphreys? Humphreys into the box. He finds Burns. Burns is given offside. And at the moment, I'll take a 1-1. As long as we don't lose, then this will be a good result for me as far as I'm concerned. And we've won the ball again. And Harness is bursting up the left-hand side. Can Harness find a cross? Looks to get past his man. It's a good tackle, but Harness has still got the ball. There's a chance, and it is 2-1. Wes Burns has made it 2-1. And we are definitely back in the game. I was a bit concerned it wasn't going to be our day, but when you look at the stats and when you are dominating yet being beaten, always check that shots to shots on target ratio. We were getting our shots on target. I just felt that the goalkeeper was just having the game of his life for the opposition, and that was the reason that we couldn't score. Now that we've got one back, we look much happier. We look in control. I'm much happier as a manager, and we are doing exceptionally well. And we've taken the game to them. We haven't changed anything that we set up to do. We've set up correctly. And as we come to half-time, I'm a much happier manager than I was 20 minutes ago. And we've totally dominated proceedings. Deserve to be ahead. And we should go to the dressing room now. And I'm going to say again, yes, we should show everybody how good we are. And I'm going to tell the defenders they've defended well. Midfielders, you weren't that bad, you can do even better. And to tell Jackson, who's improved a little bit over the last 10 minutes, that we can be better than what we are. And so let's go to the second half, and let's hope that we can add to what we've done in the first half. It was a good comeback. We didn't panic. I suspected we'd set up properly for this game, and now it seems to be justified. Sometimes it's best just not to panic. The shots on target ratio was extremely good. It's still extremely good. We've had 10 of the 12 shots on target. That is a very good ratio. It did tell me don't panic, because one of these, if we're getting them on target, one of them will eventually go in, and it did. And so far so good. We've just got to keep doing what we're doing and keep running them into the ground. That's a lovely pass, and here it comes out to Burns. Burns with a chance. He tries a cross. It's headed out, goes for a corner, and we are again totally controlling this game. It wasn't the greatest of crosses from Burns, but we'll take that. And here is Burns with the corner, and there's a chance, and it just goes past the post, and it goes out for a goal kick. In terms of the player ratings, everybody's improved a lot, except for, unfortunately, Caden Jackson. We're only going to give him 10 more minutes, and then we might bring Hurst on. Hurst is not playing very well, because obviously I had that dispute with him. He's still not very happy with me, and every time he goes on, he comes off with a 6.4 or a 6.5. He's just not got his heart in the game at the moment. Caden Jackson is the main man. So when he's playing badly, we do have decisions to make, but as Hurst we'll give him a chance to prove himself. And here is Harness, though. Harness almost gets a shot away, finds Chaplin. Chaplin finds Leif Davis. Leif Davis finds Burgess, the young 19-year-old, or Humphreys is the young 19-year-old who's absolutely stepped up to the plate. He's having an absolutely splendid season. Here is Harness. Harness looking for space. He gets to the edge of the area. He can't get his shot away. Gives it back to Clark. Clark driving up the right-hand side edge of the penalty area. The ball into the box, and that's headed out. It goes out for another corner. And I think Millwall have very little to offer in this game. We are totally dominating the game now. A lot of our play has been going up the left-hand side. We are much more attacking down that side. I'm wondering if I should focus our play down that left-hand side, or is it going to sap too much energy from them? Harness looks for a cross. He's looking for Burns. Burns can't get on the end of it, and here is Clark. Clark, again, bursting up the right-hand side and gets the ball into the box, and the man who I was talking about, Cameron Humphreys, has made it 3-1. We are totally in control, and our unbeaten run looks like it is set to continue. I think it was the fact that I decided not to panic. And one of the things that will help you to decide whether to panic or not is that shots on target ratio. And when you are dominating a game and you for a while can't seem to score, don't panic at that point. Just keep an eye on that shots on target ratio. If it's low, you might need to change something because you're not getting opportunities, clear-cut opportunities to score. If it's high, then don't panic at that time. And defending well, we are the best defensive team in the league. By playing that standard defensive line, we've completely shut them out. And the long balls that they've been trying have not worked for them at all. We do have a free kick, and this time I've got it right. It's a free kick for Ipswich, and it comes out to Jackson. Now is your chance. Jackson into the box, and he's made it 4-1. And suddenly, in the last 20-30 minutes, this game has taken on a different complexion, and we are burying them now. Leif Davis with the free kick, headed out, but Jackson, who's not been at his best so far, suddenly found his shooting boots, and he's put that one away. And that was much harder to score than his initial one that he missed. And we are totally dominating the game now. We're totally in control. 4-1 up. All my worries are behind me, and looking at the ratings now, it's absolutely fabulous. Looking at the energy levels, we've playing without the counter press has conserved energy, and we could even counter press them now as they tire and cause them to make mistakes because we have tons of energy left. But we're just going to keep playing as we are. There's no need to do anything different at this point. There's that direct ball over the top. It's easy for us to defend. And the best defensive team in the league, Ipswich, continue to defend absolutely fabulously. We have rested our best defender, central defender today. It was a good decision. He'll come on the next game fresh now. And we are still going forward. Here is Burgess. Burgess looks for Leif Davis. Leif Davis, who's having a great game today. Burgess finds Missouri. Missouri looking out wide for Davis. And there's a lovely pass into Harness. We're into the box again. Can we get the cut back? We can't. It goes out for a corner. We are totally dominating this game now. I can pretty much relax. I just need to think about players coming off. Wes Byrne looks tired. Leif Davis looks tired. And we can give these boys a rest. And there's a ball into the box. There's another chance, and it's charged down. And Millwall can clear. But Clark is going to pick up the loose ball. We're totally pushing them back into their own defensive third. This is exactly what I wanted in this game. And it's paid off. We were just patient enough and believed in ourselves, and we've got the reward. And Chaplin gets it into the box, and the goalkeeper is able to pick that one up easily. I am thinking now it's time to make these changes. I'm going to give them 5 minutes more just to see if we can't manage to get another goal out of them, and then we'll go and make those changes that I've identified. There's probably 2 more players who are tiring at this point, and there's another long aimless cross into the box which we've been found very easy to defend. We will not make changes before the corner. We'll just wait for this set piece to be over, and then we will go off and make the changes that we need to make. At 4-1, I am not worried at all now with 25 minutes left. I think we've got the game done and dusted, and we'll go and make the changes we need to make, and hopefully it's game over then. And there's another long punt into the box, but they have picked it up on the left-hand side. There's poor marking by Clark, and they do have a chance. Are they going to get a goal? And that's a lovely tackle by Harness, and I think the highlight now comes to an end. I think it's time to go and make these changes. And so we've made our changes. We've taken off Leif Davis, Humphreys and Wes Burns, and in their place Brandon Williams is coming on for a game. Morsey is making his return from his broken leg, first time I've seen him play, and I've put on Hutchinson for Burns, who scored the last goal, but he is tiring, so I'm giving some new players a run out, some fresh players a run out. Sam Morsey, be interesting to see how he gets on after his broken leg, whether or not it affects him as a ball-winning midfielder. But at the moment, we are so comfortable in this game that the game is pretty much over. I have pretty much no worries at all. I still have one more substitution I can make, but we'll leave that until later, just in case there's another injury. Harness finds Morsey into Chaplin, and he's hit the post, and that was almost 5-1. We're totally in control. We are dominating this game. I love it. And it's always nice to win when a plan goes right, and we did plan. We set up deliberately for this game. I've been particularly concerned about their direct passing, but our lower line of defence, our standard line of defence today, has meant that it gave our defenders more time to deal with the direct passing that they were going to do. If they're going to play route one, make sure your defenders are deep enough to deal with that ball. Otherwise, you might be in trouble. And that's what we've done today, and it's paid off. And Edmondson finds Missouri, who switched to the Volante. He finds Hutchinson, who's also just come on. Hutchinson, looking inside, looks for support. He finds it from Brandon Williams, who's also just come on for Leif Davis. A lovely pass to Harness. I think he was offside there, Jackson. And it's going to be a free kick for the offside decision. And there's now 80 minutes gone, just 10 minutes or so to go. I think the game is in the bag. We just need to just see it out now. Keep doing what we're doing. We're playing extremely well as Hutchinson bursts forward. He still has the ball, and it comes out, though, unfortunately, and Brandon Williams is going to pick it up. Brandon Williams, who's deputised really well for Leif Davis. He's had a super first half of the season. He finds Harness to Jackson. The goalkeeper makes another good save. I think Jackson was offside again, but it's an indication of how much this game has changed over the last, since about 30 minutes in. When we equalised, it changed the game and the floodgates opened, and we look dangerous from every attack that we mount now as Williams again picks up the ball. He finds Chaplin to Harness to Williams with the ball into the box, and they're able to clear, but it comes out to Hutchinson, and Missouri fires a shot over the crossbar. We're looking for this goal number 5. Whether it will come or not, I don't know. We've had an exceptional day. Our XG is 4.51. I'm going to make that final change now before the next highlight starts. And so I have taken off Missouri and I brought on Luongo, and so now is just time to go and see out this game. It really looks to me like game over. They're definitely not going to score 3 before the end of the game. Even if they get 2, we've still won it. But there's that long ball over the top again. And Millwall are looking for a chance. They have scored. Tom Bradshaw has made it 4-2. But I think it matters not. It's that long ball that undid us again. And that's because Clark was caught out of position. And that might be tiredness, but the long ball caught us out. Fleming with the ball into the box, and Bradshaw buried it. And now it is 4-2, but I think it's game over. They're really not going to score 2 before the end of the game. I'll be very, very surprised given how much we've dominated this game, given that we've defended really well, I think. We got caught with a set piece early on, but since then we've defended fabulously. And again, Clark went to sleep and we got caught with that long ball. That's what happens with teams who play Route 1. Cannot afford to fall asleep at the back. Concentration levels have to be high. He was out of position. We got caught. But I think it's going to be game over. I think now we're just going to see this through. I'm not going to change anything to see this through. We just need to keep doing what we're doing, and it will be game over. It's been an absolutely wonderful day again. We've kept our unbeaten run going, and I'm very, very happy with the way the team are playing at the moment. Who wouldn't be as a manager? Who would not be happy sitting at the top as Hutchison bursts forward, looks inside, can't find his man. Luongo picks up the loose ball inside the box. Can he get a cross away? No, he can't. It's out for a corner. There's just a minute or so left, and I think it's job done now. I think it would be nice to make it 5-2. It would look a better scoreline, but I'll be happy with 4-2. Always a worry, these teams at the bottom of the league, and it is important you pay attention to them and don't just assume you're going to win. And we've been given offside there, have we? Let's just see this game out now. The clock is ticking along. We do have one last chance, I think, as Clark looks for Luongo. Luongo back to Clark, and Hutchinson gets involved. Morsey comes infield, tries to pick up the ball. The full-time whistle goes. We have beaten Millwall by 4-2. I'm happy. Nice work, everyone. It was a good result, and we have finished on top of the table now. It looks like Leeds have won again. They beat Swansea, but we are still 10 points clear at the top of the table, and it's been an absolutely brilliant episode. A lovely win. We set up, I think, correctly against the Route 1, and it paid off. We went behind from a set piece. We didn't panic. We believed in ourselves. I believed in the way that the system was set up, and it paid off. Sometimes it's best when you go behind, just don't panic. Just wait and see. And always remember, shots on target ratio is a very, very important thing to think about when you are dominating, but the opposition are ahead. And that's it for this little episode. We are going to come back in 6 games' time, and that will be for the game, I think, against Leicester. That's a big game, a game I'd like to win. And so I'll go away, play off camera the next 5, and we'll come back for the Leicester game. Thanks for watching, and if you are a beginner, I hope that you got something out of this. If you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing the game, then you're probably in the right place. So why not hit that subscribe button, click the bell, so you'll be updated when future videos are uploaded. And while you're there, hit the like button, because likes and comments are what help the YouTube algorithm to drive the video out to people who've not yet had a chance to see our videos. And so that's it for this episode. All that remains to be said now is stay safe, take care, and we'll see you in the next one.